Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and I hope you're having a good day. The title for the month of May has been called Now What, which has been dedicated to all of the graduates who have graduated in May and all of those who just simply want to go to the next level. The first week we talked about was purpose. God has a purpose for you, believe it or not. He has placed desires in your heart for you to experiment and explore the abilities and gifts that He's placed in you. Gifts that you may not have but want to have, gifts that already are inside of you and you just need to grow in it. In the second week, Thompson talked about having a clear vision. He said in order to have a clear vision, you need to stay in the light. You need to stay in the light of Christ. You need to seek Him. Having clear vision means you have to get rid of distractions. You have to get rid of anything that's trying to come against what God has put in front of you. Now, this week, we are talking about pursuit. And the best person that can talk about pursuit, in my opinion, is the one and only Eddy Vilar. Now, before I introduce him on what he is going to be speaking much deeper into, I do want to let you know that Eddy Vilar is someone that I have looked up to, someone that I have watched grow, someone who I have been inspired by, someone who just has wise words at any given moment throughout the day. And he does walks with Eddy on Facebook, so you should also check that out. But if you also, fun fact if you didn't know, that Eddy is a singer, check this out.
I got the chest voice wrong.
Yes, okay, go. All jokes aside, Eddy has some wise words about pursuit. In this next clip, he's going to share some of his own testimony. He's going to share how he made it to another level and is getting ready to go to the next level and to the next. With Eddy, there's no stopping him. Check it out.
What's up, everybody? This is Eddy Vilar from Nashville, Tennessee. The question of the day is, what now? Like, now that you have a degree, now that you've graduated, now that you've accomplished the preparation stage, what now? Do I just get a job and call it a day? Well, guess what? You're always going to prepare. Your life is a journey. It's a long life lesson. It's a process of preparation consistently. As soon as you accomplish something, you get ready for the next journey. I mean, you go from valley to mountaintop, right? As soon as you get to the mountaintop, guess what's next? The valley. I mean, it's up and down, up and down. For those of you wondering, why is it so loud in this video? Look at all these cars coming by me. I mean, this is what it takes to be successful. This seems like a cheesy analogy, but guess what? Distractions will come, noise will come, things you don't want to see will come. They'll try to take your eyes, the sight off of your vision. They'll try to create enough noise, scream a little louder than you to get you not be able to focus on what you're trying to accomplish. But just know, learn to adapt to that. Pray to God each and every day that you thicken your skin, that He thickens your drive. He brings an aggression into your spirit to have a strong enough why for what you do that you'll be fearless when the time is right. And all I got to say is this. I remember when I came here to Nashville, Tennessee, it took a huge step of faith. At some point in time, all the years of preparation led to a moment where I thought, okay, this is it. Simple decision, make the move, and this is where it ends. Well, guess what? No, that's where it just began. All He was doing is preparing me for the challenge. The challenge wasn't even in the preparation. I thought it was that the whole time. You want to stand out in the crowd? Go above and beyond. Don't just focus on what it is you want to accomplish. Focus on being a blessing to those around you. In doing that, you'd be surprised what you'd gain. Skill sets. In this economy and the way most markets are now, I'm an audio engineer and professional drummer. You'd be surprised how being a one-trick pony ain't gonna cut it anymore. Look what happened during this epidemic. You take somebody's pay away for a few weeks, what happens? They fall apart. They're government dependent. And when the government will come through, they have nothing. So all I'm saying is, be worth more than just a degree you signed up for. Be a blessing to those around you. Like, that'll actually instill characteristics and attributes you need to be successful. You know, it's in those weird little lessons that God uses to actually drive you to the next lesson. And each lesson leads to the victory. You know, success is a culmination of a million good decisions and bad decisions. And good decisions meaning they actually propelled me forward, brought me a sense of accomplishment, and it actually made a stride to get me to where I need to be, you know, as far as career is concerned. But the failures as well. Fail hard, fail fast, as I've heard many people say in the entrepreneur field. Because we're gonna fail, we're gonna hurt, we're gonna bleed, we're gonna sweat. Why not get a reward for it? We may operate in the spirit, but we live in the natural. And the keys to success are in hard work. There's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of intentional decision making. Make a decision and execute on it. I remember when I couldn't play drums very much in preparation to come to Nashville. I wasn't gigging, I was working full time, I had no time, I had a family of 4. It just was impossible to make it happen, but I knew at some point I would take the risk. But rather than waiting for the right moment to be ready, I stayed ready. So I eliminated all excuses. I eliminated like a good chunk of my sleep throughout the week to practice, you know, to pray, get my spirit man right, get my natural gifts right. So when it was time to execute, I was ready. I stayed ready. And when I took this risk to Nashville, that was a big enough faith step. You know, I had no job for me or my wife, 2 children. But what helped me remove the fear was all of the seeds I sown in prayer and preparation. Create a dream board. I remember for a long time, I didn't have necessarily strategic ideas, but I had information. And as we know, information is power. It's those who actually apply the information that succeed. Don't limit yourself to just what you think you're called to do. There's a difference between what you're called to do and what you're called to be. And what you're called to be is a blessing to those around you. And you'd be surprised in doing something like that. Doesn't seem like it has anything to do with a career choice. That's the thing that's going to teach you things that make you irreplaceable. It'll make you something people can't live without. And if you ever want to leave a mark on your employer, become that person they can't afford to lose. That's how you add value to yourself. Become something to the employer that they can't have in anybody else. I remember before I moved to Tennessee, I wasn't playing drums very much because my profession took a lot of my spare time. But here's the deal. I had to go back to that phrase that I said earlier. No excuses, just adjustments. And even though I kind of knew what God was going to hit in my spirit, I was like, Lord, I ain't got time. I got family. I got 2 children. How in the world am I supposed to make this happen? Like, you know, I'm doing audio full time at the church. We work long hours. I ain't got no time to gig around and, you know, put the puzzle pieces together. And even though it didn't correlate to actually having work and having gigs and making money, I knew deep inside I had to be ready in and out of season. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready. That's a big key ingredient. But the thing is, when I woke up to that reality, God basically said, what are you doing at night? And that was the one thing I was like, are you kidding? I mean, I'm maybe sleeping 6 hours a night, 6-7 hours a night, you know, trying to have enough strength to take care of my family and everything. So long story short, when I got past my pride and realistically my laziness, my life changed. I basically started waking up 4 to 5 days a week, the best I could, about 3:30 every morning, going to the church, praying in the vehicle for about an hour and a half, going inside the church, practicing drums for about an hour and a half. And it was kind of a fake it till you make it situation. It was like, wait, I may not have a gig, but I still got to practice. I still need to be great. You know, does it make sense to get rusty in the off season and then season starts? You're not even warmed up. I mean, that's not going to make you look good. So I'm just saying, it's time to wake up. Make a plan and execute. Something I did also is we made a dream board. I wasn't necessarily business mindset. I didn't grow up in a family that, you know, understood how to create something from nothing in the sense of entrepreneurship. All I knew how to do is gather random information. So my simplest advice to you is create a dream board. What do you want to accomplish? Put different pieces of paper that explain what pertains to your dream, how you think you can get there, what resources do you need to get in your hands? Because I promise you, if you can't see it, you can't have it. It's a simple tie to faith. If you can't see it, you can't have it. So you need to start believing that everything you're writing down is going to happen. You have to be delusional enough to know it's going to happen. I'm a pretty serious motivator, if you couldn't tell by now, but realistically, you know, success comes with blood, sweat, and tears. All the crying, make the pain worth it. Make the pain worth it. We all know we're gonna hurt. We all know we're not gonna always succeed. But if you have a why and you have a mission, make the pain worth it. Recycle that pain and let that fuel your next step. You gotta be all in all areas. So if you wanna be successful, implement success in all aspects of your life. And I promise you, God will bless you and make up for things you're not qualified for. God knows everything you need. It's not your job to worry about how to attain the things you need. It's your job to stay ready for the things you need. One of my favorite phrases that I share all the time is dream you must, but at some point, you gotta wake up. So wake up, dreamer, and execute.
Eddy left me mind blown when he sent that video. I watched it at least 12 times before I even downloaded it onto my phone. But the fact of the matter is that those words that he gives, that he just gave us, let it challenge you. Let it challenge you to be ready in and out of season. Let it challenge you to stay focused and be persistent in what God has given you or what God has told you. Let his testimony be something that you hold on to in the midst of even your valley times in your life. Honestly, I'm still shocked by what he had to say, and I will definitely keep it on replay because the world needs to hear what he has to say. So you guys share this video, like this video, subscribe to this channel, because I promise you there's going to be so much more that's coming in the future. And Eddy, thank you so much for sharing everything that you did. I appreciate it. Until then, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.